You're loading and you finished, and that means we should be live now, shouldn't we? Always nice when things actually work. Well, now I know everything is working because everything else has decided to go slower. That's usually a good sign. That's something a bit different for once again. Well, mostly because I actually need to start looking for a replacement for Dragon Age, because that will be over soon. And you know, I would like to have something else I can then just seamlessly go over to, more or less. And there's one potential candidate that I have on my little list. Also, that's technically speaking not that old. Yada. You loading nice and quietly, and I finish while doing my job or something. We be changing things around now, like this, and then this. We're going to play around a bit with the Pillars of Eternity, which I did precisely once in the past, so my knowledge is groundbreakingly high. Yeah, normal like usual. I like my normal difficulty. The normal difficulty requires strategy and efficiency, but forgives a few mistakes in combat. It is not recommended for newcomers to real-time party-based RPGs. Can I claim to be a newcomer if I've played Baldur's Gate in the past? I guess I can't really. So what's the hardest here? Enemies receive bonus to most stats encounters have many more enemies. One this option can be changed in game. Yay, that sounds punishing. Why would they do that? Oh shit, it also sounds horribly. It's a freaking RPG. Why would I want to reduce myself to one single save file? That's it's not how these things work. Only we're more interested in exploration, story development, and the challenges of combat. Composition of battles is the same as a normal. Okay. Also doesn't really sound nice. No, let's just go for normal. I like normal. Normal difficulty sounds great. I almost like to imagine that is actually the difficulty the developer, well, basically had in mind when they made the game. And then they were like, so let's take a few stats away from our enemies and call it easy, and give them a few more stats and call it hard. As a bit of an add-on later. So. Definitely shift key, everything will go to my stash. Nice, good to know. Probably forgetting that already. I know myself too well when it comes to stuff like that. Yeah. No strategy game today, eh? It's a bit of a difference.
5 wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night. Their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right
Would you please look at the road, you bastard?
A dim lantern, his only protection against the encroaching darkness.
Look ahead of you. There's a road.
The skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know.
Yeah. Stop looking upwards. Look
the
down.
Carries travelers
Idiot.
bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. We will go no further tonight.
Okay, let me say it like this. Even if you have no memory of this game, as in you have never played it, You're reading this and you're like, So not only am I feeling like shite and the caravan has to stop, there's also suddenly a tree apparently no way. That sounds like an ambush. I've been around the block a few times and yeah, ambush. Well, but before we can get to the ambush, we need to do the character creation. Also the reason why I started a bit on a different time, because, oh, I'm looking horrible. That can take either very long or very short. I will try to, you know, not take too bloody long with this. At least I'm not as bad as a certain female companion of mine who can take quite literally hours for that. Let's see here. I will be... Oh, guys, I'm gonna be a woman. Just decided. So I can be a human. God, this looks horrible. What's happened to your face, bitch? I can be a dwarf. Nice, but never much a fan of female dwarves. Elves. Can be interesting, I guess. It's an all in all, basically a halfling. Okay. Godlike. I mean, I am godlike. There's no question about it. What sort of godlike can I actually be? Yeah. Can I zoom in game? I would like to see a bit more about my face. Oh. Almost tolerated. Okay. That's boring. Deaf godlike. See, I would play you if it doesn't look like you have some fleshy bits all over your face. That looks fucking horrible. What happened? Yeah. Yeah. Please tell me that you could actually change that. Body type. Oh. That's interesting. Appearance. Okay, appearance is all the way back there. And let's actually go back there and just wanna try this out. Give me a second here. Culture doesn't care. Appearance.
Yes, I've got this.
Wow. Yeah, I have no question whatsoever why these would be mistrusted. I mean, look at that. I wouldn't trust that. Jesus fucking Christ. That I would maybe trust. That, well, I mean, it looks kind of like you have a halo. Somewhat up at head, I guess. Silver Tide, every encounter when reduced below 7550 and waves of feeling moonlight also endurance to the mid-allies. That's rather interesting. Jesus, I would be quite scared to touch that one. That is just born from a nightmare. We have choices here. Oh, we have choices. Oh, the wild ones really look. They look wild. What sort of elves we have? We have pale and what else, eh? Distant advantage. Against any enemy that is more than 4 meters away would have gained a bonus to accuracy, deflection, and reflex. Sounds like you want to use a bow. Burn and freeze damage reductions. Interesting. Mountain and boreal elders. I don't know, that just looks horrible, like somebody mixed something in that wasn't supposed to be in there. Then I can somewhat dig and just be like, okay, yeah, nice tattoos, I guess. What does your typical human get? Well, or folk, apparently. Resolve and might. Sounds reasonable enough. It's always like this, you know. On one hand, I want to try out something a bit different. On the other hand, you know, when you look at them, it's like, I mean, look at that bitch. Yeah, I kind of don't know which class I'm gonna play, so maybe we should take a look at it. What do we have for options? A monk. Not a monk dress, that's just a dress. And not even a pretty one. Oh well. Wizard, I believe I once played a wizard. Yeah, I think I did. It would be boring to play the same thing over and over again. Oh, it could be a fighter. Rogue is fighters, rogues, and mages are pretty much the, you know, basics. Actually, that's interesting. Ranged and melee attacks when the target is blinded, flanked, hobbled, paralyzed, yada yada yada. Only the part where it's about range. That is interesting, actually. There's the druid. Which is another spellcaster, I suppose. They're a bit different. Here we have a ranger. We guess animal companion, yeah. Could be nice, I guess. Cypher. Oh right, Mindhunters, yeah. I think we've got priests, which is basically cleric, I suppose. A chanter, which sounds like a bard. A paladin. Martial zealots, devoted to God, a ruler, or even a way of life. Oh, that sounds nice. Actually, are they different? Yeah, they are different orders, aren't they? The problem is when you play something a bit more on the evil side of things, you play an RPG, you usually end up fighting the evil guys, so if you have bonuses against the good guys because you're evil, you're fucked, because those bonuses will never apply. And that makes it a horrible choice. Oh, Barbarian. It's an interesting closing, I guess. What do I want to play with? My. Oh, I mean, I could go for Ranger. Can you play Ranger in close quarters, though? I mean, I never really played much with the staying away from the front line. Because the only reason why I would be away is because I'm a mage and I stand away and do my casting. That's kind of hard. I mean, there's none of the usual, at least, way to do it. Is there a bit of a mercenary paladin? Blah blah blah. Astronaut and Clapper, Gold Pact. Mercenaries. And impressively mirthless. Well, that sounds fun. Paladins. Oh, if we play a paladin, what do we need? Probably not dexterity and perception, but then again, I don't really give much of a shit about starting stuff. It might mean that I'm not playing the most efficient and most min-max character available to me, but I know, I don't really give a shit. It's not the most fun for me personally. I mean, it's all something, it just doesn't sit so well with me, I'd say. I guess it's gonna come down to actually playing a human, eh? Give me the folk. Folk trading up the edges of elven forests. Once per encounter, 5 seconds after being reduced below. Endurance for temporary gain bonuses to accuracy and damage. Well, that sounds somewhat useful, I guess. Then we've got Flames of Devotion and Lay on Hands. Lay on Hands is classical paladin ability, isn't it? Yeah, that's the sort of thing you would like to have. Faith and Conviction is the better one than Lay on Hands. And if you need to which she acts in accordance with the beliefs his or her order. Try to defend based on how well the paladin's reputation align with his or her order's preferred behaviors. Basically, if I somewhat actually, you know, work like I'm supposed to, it's probably going to be well for me. What actually does that give to me? I mean, might is pretty damn obvious. It's strength, isn't it? Constitution is what keeps me going. Resolve, resilience, internal drive, blah blah blah. Emotional intensity, can protect others. Leadership and contingency performances in combat attacks, such as maintaining concentration and contribution to the will and deflection defenses. Okay. I don't know why that is so highly recommended, but sure, gonna take that. Action speed and reflex. Interrupt accuracy reflex. Well, I guess I don't need that. Game says I don't need it, basically. Culture. Deadfire Archipelago. For dexterity, resolve sounds useful. Inject. Constitution, might, perception. White Dead Winds. A large cracked southern expanse of polar ice. White Dead Winds is home to pale apes and small computing explorers, outcasts, and other stuff. Living lands. Can I change my starting equipment? I do like that big sword you have there. I can kinda dig it, then once again I can kinda need. Actually, if that is the, if I know where to go, Ranger. And we go. Ooh, we actually do get different weapons. Okay, so in the White Dead Winds, we'd be freezing to death because that doesn't look warm at all. Nice bow, nice crossbow. Silly, I was kind of wondering if we could get a gun or something. Guide wayfarers, Shepherd of Sand, Ilka. League Walkers. Cruel and aggressive. That doesn't really sound. I would like to make myself some money. Stoic and rational. And as long as I can make money, that is my whole point. Also lay on hands, because healing is, well, quite the important thing, I would say. Oh, we can be some Thousand, that gives us perception. We can do living lands and mountainous region. Not sure. Don't we have some plains or something? Well, great. And I guess that would be about reasonable. Also, resolve. Resolve sounds useful. What kind of skills do I have? Lore and athletics. And mercenary, that sounds fitting. Yeah, I can be a slave. Blade in battle is your way of life. You solve your problems by pulling out your weapon and applying force. I mean, if it works, you know? I can go against that. And then, of course... better. Now, you. Now, where that bloody freaking picture comes from. And where it was last seen. I will actually... don't even know what, but I will give you something. Clap on the back or something at least. Technically speaking, I would need a few more accessoires to really capture that. I don't think this is getting as close as we can. Facial hair, yeah, I don't think that's supposed to be there. It's gonna be hard. Oh, you have lots of hairstyles that are really ugly. Can only say like, wow. You're missing a bit of the fluffiness I need. Yeah, I'm getting really close. Let's remember the 11. I guess 16 would be as close as we get now. Well, it's 16 it shall be. That's not a sign.
Let's keep quiet.
That's more along the lines. Actually, I have no name for you, now that I think about it.
I'm here. I shall lead us. Let's go!
A blade in the dark.
Yes? Follow me. Show him how it's done!
They won't see me coming.
Just say the word. I'll lead the way. I'll teach you a lesson. Nice and slow.
You all sound horrible.
Now I am leader of the group.
Sharp eyes and keen ears.
Leading the way.
Onward!
Easy now.
Well, since you're sounding horrible, I guess this is then the one we shall take. Yeah. Well, since my creativity is quite literally not of this world. So don't tell her that, because otherwise she's gonna be very pissed and go like, eh, always making fun of me for being uncreative. The Kirin Master finishes addressing the group, his bushy red mustache. Yeah, a mustache, eh? And singing jewels, quivering as for emphasis. Huh? Okay.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it?
Mm-hmm.
Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there.
Mm-hmm. He nods toward a looming black mass on the hillside.
Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who would be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing.
Well,
So
nice.
mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks.
Yeah, well, that sounds pretty damn obvious.
Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood?
Mm-hmm. The last, the Kirin Master turns to you, frowning as he looks you over.
Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle around here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, of course. Which case you'll be dead in a day.
That sounds pretty damn horrible.
There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry. About the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water.
Let me just ask the most sensible question here. Does it make sense to send the fucking sick person out?
I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker, but see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
To his assistant, a lanky gentleman named Sparfle, who carries an old sunbleach bow, who apparently would like to go hunting instead of getting the water for me. Sparfle nods and slides down bow of his owner, says he probably gone away. So where would I find these berries
They
then?
grow on a bush that's common around here, kind of funny looking.
Mm-hmm.
You'll know it when you
Kinda
see
funny
it.
looking.
Doubt you'd have to go far off the road.
Oh,
to
yeah,
find
that's the
one.
sort of descriptive factor that makes me want to choke you. So, what are those
Nothing you
ruins?
won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay, if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear.
Yeah, maybe they are somewhat holy.
Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pawn. So I hear.
6 may all open up options for you in dialogue. These options are not superior to the other response, but give you a variety, blah blah blah. This is what we like to call the illusion of choice. Basically, most games and most RPGs will give you choices of what you can and can't say. It still really comes down to, you know, maybe 2 passes at best. Not much more though. So who did build these fucking
Got
ruins?
different names for them. Settlers called them Engwithans.
Engwithan,
Nobody that
eh?
liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much.
Well, yeah, when cultures disappear, that usually happens. So when can I use my female charms to get some money? Ah.
Not if you hurry about your business, and not if the weather holds up.
So what kind of weather do we
This
get
time
out
of
here?
year, rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a Beowick, born out of the ether, the spirit's path.
That sounds horrible.
Never seen it myself, never cared to.
So what are these huge jerks coming out of
They
the
don't
ground?
got Adra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep, like it's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that.
Good
Hold
point.
on. Take someone with you.
Come on, I
I
just
know
want
you're
to
not
go.
some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
Well, great.
Kalisha. Kalisha!
Hello?
No promises.
Nice.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't
Probably.
listen to her, you're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything. Off with you. Hayden should have
Yes,
supplies.
sure. We're
See
gonna
that
take
you're
care of it.
equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a Beowick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
You heard the man. Let's get going before you keel over.
I'm not gonna kill over that fast. Easy vote where you might want to watch these windows to become familiar. Nice. And up to 5 additional companies. Ooh. You can skip that sign. Was das eine bla Glass that excels at close quarters defense.
What you need?
I'm here.
It is a ring, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That is gonna irritate the living shit out of me, isn't it? Oh boy, it is.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
And right or
Go
left?
on then, before it gets too dark.
Left it is. Okay. Need to remember that. Current life doesn't agree if she does it. Well, he never let you astray, eh? That's good to know. Girls these days looking for safety. Yeah, everybody is pretty much doing that.
I'll handle this. I'll have this open in no time. I'll have this open in no time.
No, you don't. Okay, so I can do this, yeah. This reminds me of Baldur's Gates,
Anyone
control-wise.
need supplies? I've got sundries for sale.
I've got chests to plunder. Actually, can I? This going to show? Yeah, this is going to show interactive, isn't it? It is. And that's the sort of thing you want to have. Basically on all the time. Now then, heel done. I see men wearing simple but mostly neat clothes. He's transfixed, however, by a ragged tear in the seam of his tunic. Ah, well.
Brought a whole wagon full of goods to sell, but not enough shirts for the road.
Shaving
Say,
road,
is
eh?
there anything you need? I've got some basic traveling supplies for sale if you'd like to take a look.
Well, yeah, on one hand, yes, but who the
I'm a
fuck are
trader,
you?
Originally from the Adir Empire, but I've been trying to establish new business out here.
Mm-hmm.
Life on the road has brought some unexpected challenges, to be sure. And I'm sure you've noticed how prickly the locals can be. But we're here to make the most of things, right?
Well, yeah, I think those caravans are pretty much on for those X-Wielders. Excellent advice indeed. Yes, I know, I'm very good at
Something else
giving
you need?
excellent advice.
Looks like we're settled for the night.
Well, tell me about the Adir
It's
Empire
not as
then.
big as it used to be, but it's still big. The mainland is a continent northwest of here, but the colonies used to include Raed Ceres and the Deerwood. About 150 years ago, Deerwood won its independence from the Empire, a fact our companions are quick to remind me of. Because it seemed friendlier than Raed Ceres? My brothers took over the family mercantile business a few years ago, and there wasn't enough for me to do back home. I moved out to try and expand.
Oh, that's noble. And Rainbow is a former idea colony, so it seems like a good place to start. And as much as I admire the Red Serens' work ethic, they always struck me as a little fanatical. Well, sounds reasonable enough, I guess. Let's see what you've got, actually. No, I have a one-handed sword and a medium shield. But I'm not gonna be a tank anyway, so why don't I use a... Could use a great sword, couldn't I? Could also wait until I actually find one, instead of buying it for my poor money. I can actually train here, that's nice. Copper pieces or items, sure. Yeah, well, exploration is key in any pretty nice Entropius RPG. I mean, where do you get without exploration? Nowhere. Wait. Ah, I knew it. Mushrooms. Nice. And now I'm feeling a lot better about myself. Yeah.
Not looking forward to trying to lift that thing tomorrow.
Yeah, is nobody actually wondering why that fucking thing just lies there? I can tell you I would. Because I would, well, assume that something quite horrible is going on. At the, something. Oh, look at that corpses. Travelers maybe, more looters, more bandits. Touch and ripe smell of putrid waves. A dark rusty bloodstain. Doesn't really matter, we can steal this stuff. What were you expecting we would do? We be adventurers, we be stealing stuff. Strange illness. I'm freaking ill, why am I running around like a bitch? Nobody really knows why they sent the sick person out.
This is recent. Not good.
Indistinct. It may have been here for days or longer. A beer. Dry cap. I'll think about it. Is there actually an alchemy system here where I can make use of those things? Don't even remember. It's been a while since I played this. Run. Also, somebody dropped the light there. As I can point out, that's probably not a good sign too. But then what is a good sign even? Well, then you've got anything to say, little
I'll have
sporeful?
your water soon enough. Stream's not going anywhere.
Well, no, I'd actually be rather surprised if the stream would manage to go anywhere. You know, why don't we go back all the way? Oh, you're
Shouldn't
not...
stray too far.
Yeah, kinda figured you wouldn't just let me run all the way back.
Let's check by those outcroppings. Let's check by those outcroppings.
Ooh, melee. Oh, who murdered wolf?
This is it.
Yeah, this is exactly why we're not gonna pick it up. You must think me a fool, game. I've been around the block a few times. I know that first you do is do everything else. Then... Oh, look, it's an ingredient. That means that we can probably do something with it. Oh yeah. The escape logic. Excuse me. You look like you've seen your share of action. What did you do before you came out here? Well, that was a blade fire. Yeah. Well, you know, need to go where money is. Actually, I don't think, well, it is hard to pass up, you know. Getting filthy rich. It's a very important thing, you know. Anyway, I wasn't telling me and give me an info. So why are you here then if you're so, you know? Okay. So tell me about yourself then, eh? Simple needs. I like open skies and far horizons. Oh, I found work that lets me live that way. Oh. There's an idea. Mildly. Quite the far spread out family you've got there. So what can you tell me about the Drywood? It sounds like a bloody problem. Just gonna point it out, but yeah. Can't remember that part. But yeah, it is actually quite a bit of a problem if you have trouble with the birthing part, you know. Makes it a bit hard to keep your little village going if they can't produce, you know, offspring in reasonable amounts. Well, he's gone. Which means he's probably going to be somewhere here. More precisely, I'm assuming he's going to be on the other side.
Went hunting. At least you left the water skins. Come on.
You crouch at the riverbank and dip your water skin into the pool water while Kaliska waits nearby, keeping watch. As you rise, you notice her look up sharply towards the tree line. You have gained an item. Blue water skin. Out of the trees emerges Sparfle, one of the guides, barely discernible in the moonlight. He no longer carries his bow. There's a strangeness to his gait, stride wobbly as he moves toward you with labored breath.
Sparfle? Are you alright?
Well, he's got a arrow in his shoulder.
Ambush!
That's a pretty damn weak ambush. Okay, me down there. You up here.
Yes?
Alright, wrong button, wasn't it? Yeah, it was the wrong button. What kind of... Oh, nice. Actually use your... We've got advantage on you, bitch. Where to? And you're dead. Minimal damage so far. Hunting bow, hide armor. Sparfle, can I? No, I cannot plunder your body.
Indeed.
That feels bad. Really bad even. Oh shit. Stopped me dead in my tracks. They did. Ah, no problem, I can heal. Gotcha. Probably not a good idea to use your bow in close quarters, my friend. Kind of got a shield, but don't feel like it does too much for me, honestly. Nah, no reason to waste. The Huntress was kind of resisting me for a while. Nice. That's the sort of function I'm very grateful for. And where's the... Yeah, of course it's there. Oh shit. This looks horrible. All around we lie the massacred remains of the other travelers, but with arrows and knife hilts. Blah. Displayed in buckeyed and filthy. Handful of dark figures stands above the fallen, treading on limbs and backs and heads, jerking the exit from bodies as if from half-split logs. One of them towering and a very thick beard, just with not so the wet blade at the neck of the man you recognize as Hyoran, the last of your caravan left standing. Great. Ooh, I can use my lore. Ruin has not been sullied by our hands, when of Air Glenfeth. When I have seen the truth with my own eyes, blood must be paid for this intrusion. So again, lay down your arms. Ooh, I can use all of my stuff, eh? I can try to rush the men. Nice. Now you wanna run away from there. You wanna go in there. You wanna go in there.
How can I help?
You scored a crit. Nice. 50 game. Blending strike. Sounds like something you should probably do. Why are they busy attacking my... what is clearly a rogue?
To battle!
Back to battle, you fool! Your enemy lies Sabine on the ground, unable to rise. Among the other dead. Yes, we murdered them. Wheezing fitful gas, we look none at you, but at the scalp of your forgivers. Gods are just, they are not. Oh shit, that doesn't look good. Bezauberung Mails from Slash across chest and all that must be tears.
Get inside! Run!
Run faster, you bitches! Yay! Horribleness. So the gods are not just, the gods never are just. Straining against the gale that threatens to pull you off your feet. With every step you set your hands in the worn folds of weathered rock. Instead about pulling yourself up the precipice. The last burst of energy before your arms give out, you swing yourself up onto the ledge. Nice. I'm agile as fuck. Hyoran trails behind, slowed by injury and delayed by early hesitation. Seen here's the face of Rox, one of the fallen attackers, who had been feigning death lunges for Hyoran and topples him onto the rocky ground. Restrained, he lashed out against his fatigued assailant, but struggled to break his hold. Yeah, close to you. Despite the wind from your position, if you just throw your weapon at the attacker, you would have a good chance of hitting your mark. Sure, let's be nice here. Your aim is true. Great, I have lost my weapon. Hyoran clambers up the base of the rocks. As he nears the top, however, the wind flares, pulling him sideways and tearing one of his hands free. Nice. There's a deep resonance of swelling wind now. That doesn't sound good, mind you. You know, rocks beneath your feet inside the cavity of your own chest. Shake it. Marrow from your bones. Hopefully not. I need that where it is. Investment is the old stones before you. Loosening connections, unsettling balances. Or that the entire bottle begins to fall beneath its own weight. So we just trapped ourselves in there. We're alive for now, which is good.
Was that?
A Bewick. Had to be.
Well,
We're
yeah.
lucky to be alive.
And we're the only ones.
There could be another collapse. We're not getting out that way anyway. Let's get further inside.
All nice and dandy, but I don't have a weapon anymore, so I will just I'll take one of the axes, I suppose. Everybody's well equipped, partly. The beer.
I'm here.
Oh, let's not get to drinking just yet again. The lower level of druids has been blocked off by fallen rubble.
That should be far enough. But what now?
Storm has to die sometime.
That is true. Oh, what happened out there? Windstorm. Of course, only get in Eagle and Faith. Not too many lives through them, so it's hard to know what's true. Bivouac. So God's way of reaping the souls of the land. It couldn't find a way out. Well, my soul is still firmly attached to whatever it is that it is attached to. Yeah, those bloody hut dwellers. Oh, bloody hell. Well, they did say that we cannot trespass in the ruins. Well, no, it's in any way, shape or form bad for us. So what about everyone else? I'm assuming... Well, the wheels got hold of them now, I guess. Well, you don't seem too upset about all of this, eh? She does make a good point. A really good point. I mean, it's not like we can change anything.
Someone else has been here. We should move.
What? You think so? What gave it away? The tent? Bloody hell, woman. Crush damage, you say. Brain damage sounds nice. Well then, let's take a look around. What else is here? What horribleness awaits us? Da-di-da-di-da. Zaurib. Trembling, sickly creature emerges from the dark, clutching a spear. Knobby elbows and thin ribs show through its scaly flesh. This is Zaurib. You mean a freaking kobold? Raise your arms and stand still. Well, you really want to fight me? Not a wise decision, my little one. But sorry, there's loot down here, and yes, a lot of things I will do. Ignoring loot, not so much. Nice. What a tongue. He's a rip tongue. Do I hear what? The small folio stone several places, a few rounds of dice. Nice. A Skulder Relic. That's a nasty trick you've got there. I need to remember that.
Take a look at the wall. Think we could...
Tracks run along the wall from floor to ceiling. Push on the wall. Push it yourself. Well, okay, let's actually use the hammer and chisel to weaken the wall.
I could scout ahead. See what's around the corner.
The Eastern Reach is a dangerous place full of lurking enemies and carefully concealed secrets. Enabling scouting mode to move stealthily. Scouting mode?
Shh. I shall.
Nice. Can sneaky sneak. Good to know. Who knows? Maybe there will be
Do you
use for
feel
it.
that? There's a draft coming through that wall. I don't hear any sign of that storm either. How can I help?
Yeah, okay, apparently I can just get past. Bit of a problem. I guess you can't have anything and everything. Why does this look like a horrible
here.
trap? Well, I guess because it is a horrible trap. Oh, aren't you supposed to...
Found something.
Okay, so you explicitly need that bloody freaking mode, scout mode, to fight traps. Gotcha, gotcha game, gotcha game.
Found something.
That's a lot of traps. There really are lots of traps. I mean, technically they're all worth XP. It's all nice and dandy, I suppose. Yeah, da-da-dee-da-da-dee-da. All the XP belongs to me. That somewhat looks like a secret pass.
Tiles look suspicious. Let's be careful.
You don't say.
That roundish symbol. I'm pretty sure I saw it on one of the tiles back there.
These moon must be ancient, yet the colors are separate vivid. It shows a procession of Moor, elf, all and humans, a walk among Pillars similar to ones that in this chamber each on top of a flame. Okay, so I suppose I'm supposed to light them in the right order. Or something. Maybe not.
Where'd that slime come from?
Well, that seems horrible. Nice belief, but you can't tell what. Well, then use that bloody water skin. Chamber surrounding the details of the head. Well, then place the gem in there, I suppose. Oh, so fitting that you find that stuff, isn't it? You should be good at disengaging. You are a freaking rogue. I'd be mighty disappointed if you weren't. A minor cloak of protection, you say?
Of course.
That sounds like something I would like to have. Oh, oh ho ho ho. Look at that, I'm actually wearing my little cloak. Feeling cloaked. Nice. Very nice indeed. Now what happens if you light that shit? Hardly nothing. Maybe that is responsible for the trap here, actually.
Yes. Forth to battle! Forth to battle!
Isn't that healing you? Oh, no, that's for endurance, isn't it?
Of course.
Well, shit. That's gonna take some getting used to.
They'll never know. They'll never know I'm here. How can I help?
A famous spear spider. Oh, let's just be happy that it's famous. Spear spiders are pretty damn dangerous. Last time I checked.
Indeed.
A rapier. Ah, freedom! Ah. Oh, an older robed man. More figures. Still before another working apparatus, an ancient structure of chiseled hydra, metallic veins, ominous and looming like a silent observer. Standing motionless in the midst is what appears to be a human body, colorless as stone or ash. As figures gaze upon it in what might be contemplation. Your vantage point, you're well obscured from their view. Nice. I can spy on them. Stands out among them. A thick grey beard frames a face otherwise hidden beneath a metallic mask. His faded robes are embroidered with a unique language unlike anything you've ever seen, and he wears a strange black headdress with two protrusions that are like the wings of some malevolent creature.
Oathbinder bear witness. And see, this man has kept his word, true to his last breath, full to his blood's last drop. Guide his soul, queen that was, and regard it among your favored. Let his life by the key be his confession. Let his death by the key be his absolution. May he walk the world ever free of the crushing weight of the book.
Whatever you say, man.
Your brother has done his part, and you have seen the power of his contribution. I will accept no further hesitation from the rest of you. In the sight of the queen that was, will you fulfill the oath? Will you take your place beside your brother in the endless esteem of her memory that is without flaw? Step forth and be assured of the great worth of your life's course.
Nice. Oh, you're starting that thing up, eh? That's too bright. For an instant, the apparatus goes quiet and the air still. Then all at once it erupts with a concussive surge. Light floods your vision and you're knocked to the ground. It snaps back as you land and pain wells into the back of your skull, pushing your last thoughts away into the black unconscious void. You open your eyes to a different place. Another time you stand in a circular room, grand and domed. Walls lined with hydra and trimmed with copper. The stone is ancient, but the chamber is unweathered. And with a great pillar of hardware pieces the floor from below. Shimmering texture giving the illusion of boundless depths. 30 pillars and apparatus much like the one you have just seen, but immense and multifaceted and intertwined. Thoughts are yours and not yours, and they seem to exist before you think them. They are questions. Pressing questions, troubling questions, questions that must be answered, or... At the base of the pillar now you see a man, thick grey beard. Hey, we just saw it, didn't we? You know this man. What's him? I want a piece that is hurried while trying not to appear so. Something you want to ask him, one question above all, and the question spins madly in your mind. Well, my Malays is broken, that is good. Oh great, I'm getting insane. That thing is right dead. Shit. My companions are dead. What are you doing to that poor person? Let's ignore my strange visions and something to plunder. Sankt Green's horn. Okay. Hey, Ash guy. Oops. I can't touch ya. Take this. Take this. Next time the guy comes around, he's like, where are all my dudes? Why can't I be doing my nice little speech about ultimate sacrifice again? Well, you can't because I just took them all from you. So how can you have critical fatigue? Quite the big map you have here, my friend. Quite the big map indeed.
me good.
I'd imagine.
To battle!
I kinda figured you would heal it. Ah, kinda figured. Well, I guess this should be it for the moment. As for this day, that is. It is the week again, and things will be a bit more short and a bit more hectic for a while. So yeah, I'm gonna do it all again, like we are used to. Mostly that is. So, I guess, no, let's actually not go into more detail. Let's talk about this tomorrow. I'll probably on tomorrow. At the latest Wednesday, so doesn't really matter too much. With this in mind, let me bid you adieu then. Have a good one, and I'll be back tomorrow. Don't yet know what. I'm trying to look for some more entertaining stuff for me. I guess this might actually be a worthy successor to My Little Friday Adventures. Maybe. We shall see. For now, bye bye it is then.